Hey everybody, Richard Siller here. Sorry the camera's shaking, I just hit it a little bit. Wanted to give you another employment law update. Summer 2018, dog days of summer. You know, you see the kids out having fun and nobody ever tells you that when you become an adult, summer kind of ends for you, but I'm hoping everybody's doing all right. We're making it through, we're going to work, we're paying our bills, we're doing what we got to do. You know, I read an interesting article I wanted to talk to everybody about, and it deals with employment law and how employment law verdicts, meaning if you go to trial, how they differ from regular verdicts in different types of cases like car crashes, and contract disputes and things like that. And amazingly so, employment law verdicts are one of the best avenues for an employee to recover wages or damages for what happened illegally. So let me back this up, okay? The reputation for employment law is that judges generally hate these types of claims and will do whatever it is they can to get rid of them. They'll find a legal argument to dismiss them. They'll say that the law doesn't support the theory that you're claiming. So the rap on employment law cases when it comes to judges deciding these cases is really bad. And as practitioners, we see it too, where judges generally go out of their way to find an avenue to get rid of these cases in favor of the employer, okay? And what happens is, this sort of reputation gets created that employment laws in the court system are dangerous and bad. Well, the truth of the matter is that if you are going before a judge and not a jury, in your case, you will likely have a problem. So what do employers do? They ask employees to sign arbitration agreements at the beginning of their employment, or waivers of jury trials in your employment documents where you're signing your rights away. You don't even know it because you're just starting a new job. And employers are savvy in trying to get employees to waive their rights at the beginning of the employment. And when that happens, statistically, the odds are not in favor of the employee prevailing because you've got a judge and not a jury deciding your claim, whereas a jury has compassion and a jury looks at themselves and says, hey, this could be me. A judge is going to be generally more employer-sided, and that reflects in the statistics. Here's where the anomaly is. There was a study done that says that of all types of cases that go before a jury, car crashes, employment law cases are actually more successful than mostly any other type of case. So here's what I mean by that. So for employment law cases, okay, if they go in front of a jury and get decided, and you guys are going to see me look down a little bit here, the average for a plaintiff in any type of case to prevail in front of a jury is generally about 25%, okay? That means 1 out of every 4 of all plaintiffs on all types of cases will prevail. Now, that number, when it comes to employment law, jumps to 47.6%, which means this. Instead of the 1 of 4 for all plaintiffs who go to court on all types of cases, 1 out of every 2 employment law plaintiffs who go to a jury are prevailing. That's huge, okay? So we fight as employment lawyers to do whatever we can to get your case in front of a jury, because we know statistically the odds go way up in favor of a jury finding in your favor, okay? By the way, the same number for cases that are only tried in front of a judge, your prevailing rate goes down to about 26%, 23%. So back to the number. Now, here's another great number. The average award in all types of plaintiffs' cases, again, car crash, whatever, is $33,000. That's the median. The median for employment law jury verdicts, you ready for this? Between $200,000 and $250,000. So let me just break that down for you. What that number says is that if you win at trial in an employment law case, meaning a jury's got to, find in your favor, The average award is between $2 to $250,000. By the way, compare that to what employment law plaintiffs win in front of a judge. The average award is $75,000. Starting to see why it's so important to get in front of a jury for us? Now, general cases, meaning all types of plaintiff cases, only 15.9% of those cases, if you win, again, contract, car accident, everything, exceed $250,000. In employment law cases, 43% exceed $250,000. That's huge. That's huge. What that's saying is that, again, if you can get your case in front of a jury and a jury finds in your favor, you're more likely to get a bigger award than in most other types of law. Finally, punitive damages. 4.5% of plaintiffs in all types of cases are awarded punitive damages. That's really low. In employment law, 19.4% of jury verdicts in favor of a plaintiff for employment law get punitive damages. So here's the lesson to be learned in all of this. Employers want to act tough and their lawyers want to act tough and talk the talk. But when it's time to walk the walk, employers have a real serious decision to make if they want to put these claims in front of a jury. The numbers, once it gets to a jury, are in your favor, meaning the employee, not the employers. And if a jury does hit in your favor, the likelihood is they're going to hit them with a six-figure award, somewhere between 200 and north of that, and possibly punitive damages. So our goal, again, as employment lawyers, we want to get the case away from the judge, okay? Because the judges are more likely to get rid of them. But if the employers want to test us, hey, we go to trial all the time. So let's go to trial and let's take our shot for you, the client. So I'm going to call this between the numbers of employment law cases. I thought it's pretty interesting statistically. I was actually really surprised by the numbers because normally you hear employment law and everything is negative in terms of results and the judges. Juries are in your favor. Now, the fight is whether we can get them there. And that's where we come in. So, of course, if you need anything, email us, contact us, look us up on the web, www.floridaovertimelawyer.com. Hope you're enjoying the summer. Back to school coming soon. A little peace and quiet in all of our houses. And I'll be in touch soon. Great talking to all of you. Be well.